Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever feel like you are constantly stressed out and wish you had someone to talk to, but can't get to a therapist right away? Well, what if that someone could be an AI? This study dives into just that. Imagine feeling swamped by worry, many of us do. And the truth is, getting professional help can be tough. It is expensive. There are long waits and sometimes, frankly, it feels awkward to even ask. But what if there was another way? A readily available friend in your pocket? That is the big question this research tried to answer. Researchers looked at a new kind of AI, this one called Sonia. Think of it as a digital companion that you can talk to. It is designed to teach you skills from something called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT is a really popular way to help people manage things like anxiety and depression by changing how they think and behave. Sonia uses AI to have conversations and guide you through these techniques. So, how did they test if Sonia actually works? They found 400 adults in the US who were feeling pretty anxious. They then randomly split these people into two groups. One group got to use Sonia, our AI friend. The other group, the control group, received something simpler, just some online information about managing stress, based on World Health Organization guides. This helped the researchers compare if Sonia made a real difference compared to just reading some helpful tips. The main thing they wanted to measure was anxiety. They used a standard questionnaire called the GAD-7. It is like a quick checkup for anxiety symptoms, and they measured this after just 2 weeks. They were really curious to see if talking to Sonia would actually make people feel less anxious compared to just reading online. And here is what they found. The people who used Sonia showed a significant drop in their anxiety scores. On average, their anxiety scores were 3.5, 2 points lower than those who just read the online material. That might sound like just a number, but in the world of anxiety measurement, a drop of 4 points is considered a clinically important difference. So this AI companion actually got them pretty close to that mark in just 2 weeks. Now, when you're talking about mental health, safety is super important. The study had a really thorough safety system. It included screening people beforehand, and the AI itself was designed to recognize if someone was in immediate danger. While only a few people mentioned safety concerns overall, in 3 specific instances, the AI system detected serious risks, like thoughts of self-harm, and automatically connected those individuals with professional crisis resources. This is a critical feature for any AI meant to help with emotional well-being. So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? The researchers believe that AI companions like Sonia could be a really valuable addition to the mental health support we already have. They're not saying it replaces human therapists, but it could offer accessible help to people who need it, especially when waiting for or affording traditional care is difficult. The control group received this online guide, which contained helpful information, but it was static. It was like reading a book compared to having a conversation. This diagram shows us how people moved through the study. Over 10,000 people initially looked at the ad, but after all the screening questions, about 400 actually made it into the study and were randomly assigned to either Sonia or the control group. It highlights how much effort goes into making sure the right people are in the study. Looking at the people in the study, they were mostly women around 39 years old. There were some differences between the groups, like slightly more users of psychiatric medication in the Sonia group. But the researchers accounted for these things in their analysis to make sure the comparison was fair. This is the core result we touched on earlier. The numbers clearly show that the AI group felt significantly better when it came to anxiety. The standardized mean difference of minus 0.63 means the effect was quite substantial, especially for just 2 weeks of use. This table breaks down the results into more categories. For example, it shows that over 63% of people using Sonia no longer had elevated anxiety symptoms, meaning their score was below 10 on the GAD-7, compared to just about 31% in the control group. That is more than double the improvement in just 2 weeks. They also saw similar positive results for depression symptoms. This figure is really interesting because it puts Sonia's results into perspective. It compares the effect size of Sonia with other digital mental health tools and even some human-delivered support. You can see that Sonia's results for anxiety at a standardized mean difference of 0.63 are quite strong, often outperforming other digital interventions and even some meta-analyses of broader digital tools. When they looked at whether the intervention might have caused harm, meaning if symptoms got worse, they found the opposite. In the Sonia group, very few people experienced a significant increase in anxiety or depression. In fact, the rates of worsening symptoms were higher in the control group. This suggests that Sonia was not only helpful but also safe for most users. Beyond the automated safety features, they also asked people using Sonia directly how safe they felt. A whopping 97% reported having no safety concerns compared to regular AI chatbots. Only a tiny fraction mentioned privacy or uncertainty, which is reassuring. This section details the automated safety system's actions. The safety agent is like an AI guardian. It flagged potential issues 13 times. Out of those 13 triggers, 3 led to what they call full escalation. This means the AI stopped the session and immediately connected the person to human help, like emergency hotlines. The researchers reviewed these cases and agreed that the AI made the correct decision, highlighting the system's effectiveness in managing acute risk. So, to sum it all up, this study is really exciting because it shows that a voice-based AI companion like Sonia can actually make a meaningful difference in how people feel, specifically reducing anxiety and depression symptoms. The improvements seen were not just small, they were significant. The anxiety reduction was enough to move people from feeling severe anxiety to mild anxiety. This is a big deal. The study really emphasizes how crucial safety is, especially for tools used by people on their own, outside of a doctor's office. Even with all the safety checks, the AI's built-in system caught critical situations and helped connect people to serious help when they needed it. Now, like any study, this one has its limitations. For instance, they looked at people with elevated anxiety symptoms, but they didn't do official psychiatric diagnosis. So, we can't say for sure how it works for people with a diagnosed condition, like generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, or PTSD. Also, the study only followed people for 2 weeks, so we don't know if these benefits last long term. Another point is that people didn't use the control website as much, so it is hard to say exactly how much of the benefit was from the AI itself versus just the fact that people interacted with it much more than the website. Despite these limitations, the implications are huge. For therapists, an AI companion could be a handy tool to recommend, offering support between sessions and making mental health care more accessible. For those who manage healthcare systems, these AI tools offer a potentially low-cost way to extend care. Imagine a system where an AI helps,